Is it David?
Me.
Yep.
Oh, your club.
Yeah, club, yeah.
Right, well, hang
Like
on.
Dave thinks David and
Where
Newton.
am I? Right, guys.
Oh, you lost?
I don't think there's any money in.
There we go.
There, Brian with the ways in. Anyway, welcome along, everyone.
5 waiting. It says 5 waiting on my screen.
Right, okay. So the big crowds are coming today, and welcome along to We Turning It Home with me. I have Brian and Doug, as usual, in the background. We'll bring them in, and I'm going to say hello. There they are.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, or good afternoon, everybody, from here, anyway.
Yeah, it's done some raining over the weekend, so it has. Shocking. So I'll put these back in the background and I'll explain what I'm going to do. Right, I have a piece of cherry and it's 8 inches wide by 2 inches thick. And I'm in the process of drilling a lot of holes in it. Okay. Now, I first made a piece when I first started turning, and I entered it into my local clubs for their first competition and came first. Now, so that's about 9 years old. It's been sitting and it's been out and it's been all over the country at different craft
I
fairs
was
and
going to say
stuff.
2 weeks ago.
So that's what we're going to try and replicate. So I'm going to go over the
Super.
tail stock here, or the drill press, and finish those holes. So that should be me on it. Yeah, that's you on it, Paul. So we're over the drill press. You can see I have a few holes to do, and the original piece I made was made in cherry, or sorry, cherry. This is cherry, made in sycamore. So it was. So what's going on here? That's it. So I haven't tried it out on any other woods other than sycamore. So I'm hoping this. I haven't put the holes too close together. And I'm just drilling the depth of the Forstner bit, the upstand of it. So
we'll just get in about 10 mil there.
yeah, it's maybe a wee bit more than 10 mil, Brian.
Okay.
Just taking it past the top of the flute of the piece.
I see that.
So,
Yeah.
So
While you're doing that, how about I read the participants today?
you read the big
there
list.
Well, there's myself and Paul and Brian. Yeah, they're coming
here.
Brian Eltonero de Madera, Chris Dodds, Fred Oliver, Malcolm Douglas, Marcel, Fred, Twisted Pete,
Pete of the Twisted Trees.
Yeah. Or Twisted Pete of the Trees.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, I know.
He did a nice one yesterday. Nice demo yesterday.
Yeah, it was nice.
In place of the occasionally turning Terry, who was in the chat. Actually, he was an earworm. Let's see, Copper. I forgot who I said now. Let's see, Chris said Brian. Fred Gulliver. Jennifer. Yep. Hi, Jennifer. How are you this morning? Andy, the Valley Wood Turner, is in. Hello. And I think that's everybody.
Welcome along, everyone.
Yeah.
So I'll just explain what I'm doing here. There's a bit of lake coming in there, and you don't know what I'm doing. I'm not drilling. This is not the holy bowl.
So,
This is a
so Marcel's asking you a question here, Paul. He says,
uh-huh.
do you plot out the holes first, or is it just random?
No, it's just random. If you try to plot them out, I think it's a wee bit hard. Start with your biggest holes first. So I have these different size of Forstner bits here, as you can see. I think that one 3 mil, I don't know. And the next size up and the next size up to that. So I haven't used any different sizes on Forstner bits, just used the three that I originally done the piece with. I'll show you again for the latecomers in a wee minute.
Yeah, Robert Brock was just joined us. Hi, Robert.
Alex the Wood Butcher is in as well.
Oh, hi, Alex.
It takes a wee bit of time drilling all
Oh,
these.
Jennifer's
So
asking how I am. I'm actually not very good, and I've got a bit of a sore chest. So
From being out in the rain all weekend.
yeah, and raining in the cold, and it was just damp all weekend, you know. And I wasn't feeling too well before I went, and I just don't feel brilliant today. I'm not doing a live this evening. I won't be making the effort to do a live this evening because I don't think I can handle it. So I won't be on tonight. But everybody else in the family is good, Jennifer. Thank you for asking. I hope you and Mark are grand as well.
right, I think that'll do that for that. Oh, right. For anybody who was late in, I will just explain what I'm doing. When I first started tearing, I made a competition piece for my local club, Deander, and this is it. As you can see, here, okay. And it was the first ever piece I made when I first started turning, and I came first. So it's about 8 years old. That so I thought I would replicate the day and make it out of a different wood. So the process is you drill all the holes, and first, well, that's the way I done it, and stops the breakout on the inside. This is going to be your top finish with a slight wee cut off it. You're going to cut a wee dish out of this and make it all good. So we've quite a bit of timber to take away from the underside of it. So we'll start that. I just want to measure something first before I do. You want to measure your bowl size. So we'll just measure past that. Make it that size for the underneath. Okay. I think I threw a set of my calibers out in the shavings. I can't find them.
You did not.
Right. So we'll just transfer that size over to that. Okay. Okay. Pencil. Okay, so that's going to be the dish going up a way. On the inside, we have a band about there. And what's that? Just measure that. The inside of that ring is about 40 mil. So as long as we don't encroach that. So I'm going to bring it back to there. I should be good.
Yeah, don't take it back too far. You bend the holes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're going to remove all of this timber, more or less, bring it down to about, let's see, about 10 mil. So we'll start seeing the holes. Okay, so this is all coming away down to here, and that'll be the bottom of the piece. Right, I'm just going to bring the tool still up and just hold that until we start clearing that all away. Right, even though it's on a faceplate ring, just to be safe, do everything you can to make it safe for you. So this is a piece
Always
of
good to
cherry.
have the tailstock.
Yep, when you can. So
Yep, absolutely. Thank you, Alex. And Chris suggests a hot toddy should fix me, Brian. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Lamb sips are the order of the day at the minute. It's a bit early for hot toddies. Cutting well that piece of timber.
just move the tool rest in a bit.
I quite like the split screen where we can see the tool from both sides.
Yeah.
I like that effect. I don't like the little small picture in the corner. That kind of distracts my eye or something. But with the two big pictures, I think it looks better. I think.
Yeah, I've got mine set up in the corner, but I was thinking the same thing, Brian. Just stretch that one out.
Yep. The little one in the corner, you're kind of trying to look at it, but it's really too small, I think.
Most of the time, yeah.
If you're watching it on a like a 20-inch monitor or something, it's not so bad. But if you're trying to watch it on your iPad or something, it really is too small, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so we're getting close to our depth.
Hmm. We should see the hole starting to appear any time now. Thousands of little funnels. Good way of drilling the holes in the beginning before you actually start turning is it eliminates the tear out from the drill coming through the bottom of the piece.
There, they're coming through.
They're starting.
There we go.
Yep.
They're starting.
So you're not changing the cut any, you're not doing anything different, just the same cut.
What's that?
You're just doing the same cut. You're not changing the cut any because the holes have appeared.
Yeah, I want to get these all in, and then I'll take a finishing cut off it. We'll stop and have a look and see where we're going. Right. Most of them are through, but still quite a ways to go for some of them.
Yeah, it looks like the smaller drill bit didn't quite get as deep as the big one.
Just have to keep stopping and check.
They're getting there, aren't they?
It would be good to demonstrate that with a light behind the piece.
While it's while it's spinning, you can see through already. You can see the chucks on the wall behind. Or jaws. I guess it's just jaws, isn't it? I think a light would be fun back there, Brian, just to.
Yeah, I think it would, yep.
Unless you deal with epilepsy or something like that, it could set you off. It could set you off.
Yeah. We may have to put a warning in the beginning. Is that what you said?
Roy's the boy just popped in. Hello, Roy.
Oh, hi.
Not wheeling and dealing this afternoon.
There's one or two still close to the rim inside. It's not through yet.
Oh, I just had a sudden thought about this.
I'm just taking it easy because I don't want to cause any breakout on these nice circles. The only problem I do see is I might have put some of them too close together, in places. So I'm hoping the wood will not break out when I've.
I think you should be all right. Just nice light cuts is the order of the day, I think.
Watched Brian with a Y, his video yesterday. It made a very nice piece.
Yeah, see, I watched that. Very nice.
Marcel is asking you, Paul, what speed are you turning at?
Let's see. 1200.
All right.
I think you need speed for this.
You do, aye.
To cut across these holes.
Yeah, Pete says, assuming the top rim is finished, you could use the hole depth as a thickness gauge. Could indeed.
I could use you could set your Forstner bits on it.
Oh, you could.
Absolutely.
I need to take a wee bit more off this.
Oh, I missed Greg Alexander coming in. Hello, Greg.
Roger Kent's in as well.
Yes. Hi, Roger.
Yeah, Roger.
Come along, guys.
Yeah, 24 watching night. Good job, boys.
Everybody's like you and I feel, Brian. They're just lagging behind just a little bit. That's all right.
I'm definitely lagging behind today, I'll tell you.
We'll just have a wee look at that. There's one or two. Not completely through.
You've plenty thickness left anyway. You don't care.
Yep. Oh, I just want to.
Are you going to be taking anything off the top edge?
Yes, a wee cut.
Just a skimming off it. Yeah.
You want to get the flat surface here on the bottom bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Marcel made a good comment. He said, "Speed is your friend here," and yes, it is. To get a smooth cut, you almost have to get it up.
Well, it's the same with any time you're cutting lots of air. Faster it goes, the easier it is.
Yes.
I was just going
to
inside corner here.
I was just going to suggest that sometimes if you're trying to get a nice flat surface on the back of a bowl like that, or on the back of a piece, it's best to get the tool rest presented correctly so as it's parallel to the piece.
Mm-hmm.
You have a better chance of getting it straight.
Yeah, Alex suggests it's that Monday morning feeling.
Just going to check it with the router and see what it's like. It's nice and flat. There's no dip in it.
Did anybody watch that? Was anybody watching the Irish rugby at the weekend, or indeed the Welsh rugby at the weekend?
Nope.
Boy, dear,
I didn't.
It was the Irish South African encounter was the most bruising encounter I have ever witnessed in a rugby field. If you haven't seen it, it's worth watching.
And Chris Bailey is in the house.
Hi, Chris.
Welcome along. Just check that again. Looks nice and flat.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah.
Right, we just need to do the finishing to the bottom of this. So we'll get this.
Douglas Mangum is in the house.
Yeah, Roy watched them all. I got watching the Irish match. It was on at 8 o'clock at night, and we were back in the hotel for about 6:30. Hung all my wet clothes on the radiator in the hotel, and then went down to the bar and watched the rugby, and had dinner.
So it was brutal, huh?
Oh, it was absolutely brutal. When you consider these guys don't wear very little padding. They're not allowed to wear padding. They do some strapping and stuff they put on their shoulders and things like that, but it's not padding as such. But boy, Peter, it's worth watching if you can get a chance to go back and watch it. And the good thing is, the two of them actually might meet up again in the final. Because in the group stages, currently the position is Ireland are sort of first in the group and South Africa are second. So they will go into, if that's how it finishes up in the group stage, Ireland will go into one half of the draw and South Africa will go into the other half of the draw.
Just changing the spindle guide here.
Alex says there's far too many demos, etc. yesterday to be watching the telly.
There are a bunch that come out on Sunday.
Saturday night it was. The rugby was on Saturday night.
Okay. Here in the States, we don't get a lot of rugby.
No.
There are some folks who play. I mean, there are some like recreational leagues and that kind of thing, but
I used to have a professional team.
Yeah.
I think it's too brutal for you guys. You guys need the padding for like the American football.
Oh my! And we have enough injuries with that.
Indeed.
There was one, not yesterday, but last Sunday.
Just cleaning that corner up. That's okay.
Malcolm Douglas says you haven't mentioned the Wales demolition of Australia yet. No, I didn't mention it. I did
Right.
mention that Wales were actually playing, but they actually destroyed Australia. I
We'll
can't
get a bit
remember
of
what the score was,
sanding done to this now.
but it was like a cricket score almost. Yeah, there's not enough advertising breaks, says Pete. That's true. The match goes for the match is in 2 40-minute halves, and there's no chance for an advertising break any time in that 40 minutes. So that wouldn't do the Americans at all.
No, for professional, they've got to raise a lot of money with advertising.
Mm-hmm.
As much as those guys get paid.
It's the TV companies that are making the money with advertising.
Well, that's true too.
And I have to say that I don't know how you guys put up American TV. It completely does my head in. There's an advert every 5 minutes on it.
Oh my! Sometimes you're exactly right.
It's horrendous.
It's
and you watch a TV program in America sometimes, and they'll show you a tiny little bit, and then they'll recap that, and then go for a break, and you come back to the break, and they recap the bit that just recapped again. They tell you, like, there's nobody pay attention in America.
It's nutty, absolutely, and that's why a lot of people are not watching television anymore. I don't have regular network television at all.
Good job.
I've only got stuff that streams, so and nothing that I have to pay for. So I don't get nearly as many advertisements.
Yeah.
One of my streaming services does have ads, but they're not as bad as what network television is.
Network television is horrendous in America.
Oh, and it's 3 and 4 minutes of it sometimes.
Well, there is,
Oh yeah.
I mean, we have advertising on TV as well, but it's about every 15 minutes you get an advert.
Right. Well, we get, it's like every 6 or 7 minutes, and therefore
it is,
2 to 3 minutes long. It's crazy. The streaming stuff that I do, I watch a commercial. It might last 10 or 15 seconds each, and there'll be 2 of them. Kind of like what's on YouTube. 10 or 15 seconds, and that's the end of it. Unfortunately, I can't skip them like on YouTube.
That's true.
I understand that's going away though. YouTube's taking control of the advertisements.
They are, yep. There are changes afoot. There is no doubt. It's not like they're not making enough money out of it.
Yeah, right.
Already,
Right.
Wow. I mean, consider some people who are monetized are making an absolute fortune.
Yes.
And they're not even getting, they're getting a small percentage of what YouTube's actually making.
Right.
So it's
yeah, I hope that I can. I've been at 985 ish for 3 or 4 weeks now.
That's what happens, you'll get stuck for a while, and then it'll start again.
Yeah, well, it did. I was down like 965, and then it bumped up to 985.
Right.
Ish, and it goes up, comes back down, back and forth.
That's it. That was happening to me for a while there too. I was stuck below 1400. Couldn't get 1400 for love nor money.
Yeah.
And now I'm at 1420 or something now. So it just took another little burst. Mind you, if I put up a odd video, it might help.
Yeah, and I've thought about that. Maybe I need to on top of the live start getting a video out.
Videos for subscribers, live shows for view time.
Right. Yeah, my view time has gone up, and I'm excited about that. But what I was going to say, someday if I ever get monetized, I don't know if I will or not. If they're going to control all the ads, there's some of those ads I don't want on my channel.
Well, it's you're going to have no choice because they'll put ads on your channel anyway.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. When
You
they
know,
do now, they do
you
now.
might as well get paid for them, because they're going to be there anyway.
Yes, yes, yeah. Douglas is reminding as what Pete did earlier. Don't forget
Mm-hmm.
those thumbs up, folks. This is a very neat piece. We can already, well, we've already seen what it's going to look like.
Yeah, Brian with the Y says he's been stuck in 282 for quite a while.
Yeah, yeah. It's strange how that happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going through the grits here and just finish off the bottom.
Going back a ways, it was just ask again, Brian. You're not
Mm-hmm.
going to be on tonight because you don't
No,
feel very well, and
no,
we understand that. So hope you're feeling better in the days ahead.
I'll be okay. I'll be back. I'm going to come on Thursday. I think I'll do a little live on Thursday.
Oh, that'd be good.
Just,
Um,
just to get
I
back
do.
in the swing.
Yeah, I do have my live tomorrow evening. Everything is
You do.
planned. Got my
Good
piece
man.
of wood sitting here, and I think we're going to do a little bit of a series, log to table.
Oh, good.
We hear a lot about food to table
Mm-hmm.
from the farmers, and that's all good stuff. And I'm glad they do that. I'm going to do log to table.
Good.
3, 4, 5. I was thinking last night what would work good starting from a log. Um, that doesn't mean a big log necessarily.
No, not at all. Do all sorts. Anything that goes on the table. Egg cups, plates,
Oh yeah, yeah,
salt, pepper, grinders.
yeah. Um,
Lots of
yeah,
good stuff.
doing side grain, in grain,
Mm-hmm.
it'll all be in there. So
Do spoons, spatulas, all that kind of stuff. All kind
you
of.
can, you can. Um, I'm not. I don't know. I'm not into the spoons and spatulas.
No, me neither. Well, I haven't done one yet.
Uh,
So
uh, Richard Rafin does them,
he does.
and when I saw that the other day, I watched. He did another video of spoons and spatulas, and well, mostly spatulas. Um, I thought, well, goodness gracious, if Richard can do them, I can do them.
Exactly.
But I don't know. I don't know. I make enough.
William did a nice video on spatulas as well.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he sure did.
Going back to Brian, if anybody's not subscribed to Brian with a Y, Brian
Yeah.
El Tormio de Madeira, or whatever that is, and
Yeah, it was a lovely piece of olive wood. You turn.
Yes. Yes.
to nip over there and give him a shout and subscribe to his channel. Clint Wood Dancers is in. Right,
Right, so
Hey, Clint.
says he's
on the
late. He had a
last
meeting.
grit here, 400.
He had a long. What was it? Once all day. What was Pete? I need to try to do some. Try to read something. Pete, stop typing. Clint says, "Sorry, I'm late, Paul. Had a meeting with a contractor this morning. This looks awesome."
Ah,
And Pete says,
never
"Napkin
apologize,
ring."
Clint. Never apologize.
There you go. Pete says, "Napkin rings. Did them once a long time ago. They're really easy and completely overlooked bit of treen."
Yeah. Napkin rings are an interesting thing. Here, we don't see them very often.
No,
Usually at a very fancy dinner kind of thing.
that would be like a banquet or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to put a wee definition line here to just highlight the circles,
Mm-hmm.
the bits underneath. So I'll just mark it in pencil. I don't want to go too close to the end.
That's a good plan.
That looks okay. That.
We don't think about decorating the bottom as much as the top, do we?
Not usually, no. And it's every bit as important, because if you've got a nice piece, people will pick it up and look at the bottom.
Right, so.
Not just wood turners either.
Right. Wurzel Alex has said, could do with knowing some more links to subscribe to. Alex, I would suggest any of these names in the list, do a search, do a YouTube search, and you'll be surprised how many of these guys have channels.
I'll get you a couple of links now.
Right. I'll get one here.
If you don't mind, Paul, I'm going to throw mine in for tomorrow night.
Go ahead.
That's my link for tomorrow night. You guys are welcome to join in the chat.
That link I've just put in is the link to Brian's channel. If anybody wants to go and pop over there,
a good one.
Subscribe to Brian. Chris Dodd says he did an ego stick, as per Richard Draffen the other day. An ego stick? I haven't heard of that one. I'll have to go and look that up.
Yeah, Richard did that whole set on live. That was real interesting. The sticks and the tube to store them in and everything, and not on live, but on a.
That just highlights the underneath of it. So I'm going to give it a coat of sanding sealer. I'm just going to use the cellulose sanding sealer and the aerosol, because it'll get on all the holes and stuff.
It'll get into the holes easier.
Yeah, Pete said real life napkin rings are replaced with kitchen roll, but women will buy them as they have aspirations of linen and silverware on the table as opposed to the junk drawer. Yeah.
There's absolutely truth in that.
Rings a couple of years ago for the competition piece out of a Duke.
But let's be realistic nowadays. How many people have got a fancy dining room nowadays?
We have a dining room, and it's it's a nice room, nice table, nice chairs. When we eat in there, we use our placemats and all of those things.
Yep.
But we don't. I bet we've lived in this house coming up on 10 years, and I bet we've eaten in there 5 times, maybe.
Yeah, it's just I had a dining room in my last house, and I thought that's a waste of space, so I'm not doing it again.
Right.
Yeah. So when you like Christmas and Thanksgiving, you get family over, you would use your dining table and your dining room,
Douglas Mongs asked a question that I missed earlier. What effect would you get if the grain was at an angle to the headstock?
I don't understand that question. Is that general question or just to me?
No, it's just a question here. It's just what effect would you get if the grain is at an angle to the headstock? I think I get what he means. He's setting it off, not so as the grain's not running across the lathe bed, but slightly at an angle, maybe a 45-degree angle across the lathe bed.
That's the way I'm hearing it.
It would just look like you would just. I think you would just elongate the grain a wee bit. Is all you would do. I think on one side and shorten it on the other, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Don't think
it would make an awful lot of difference.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it might depend on your wood just a little bit. You might get some weak areas with some really short grain, but generally, I think you guys are right. It just um, unless you cock it enough, you're not going to get a lot of change.
No, I don't think so. No. I'll tell you what we'll do, though, Douglas. We'll give it a try and see. I think I have a nice piece of ash here that I could.
With a grain front to back, which would make it in grain.
Mm.
Douglas, I think that perforated section would get pretty weak.
It would,
if
yeah.
if it was in grain. Yeah, more tear out, absolutely.
Alex, if there's anybody else who's in the chat currently, you want the link to, just stick a name in the bottom there, and I'll give you the link for it. I'll find the link for you. Yeah, more tear
Just
out.
removing any excess of the Yorkshire grit.
Alex says his dining room is now his mum's bedroom.
Yeah.
So it's better use for it. Chris says dining room is where all of my turn pieces live.
Our dining room is actually a bedroom.
Mm.
I don't know where the people ate that were before us in this house. Unless they just had a small table in the kitchen, maybe.
Kitchen table, yeah. Well, that's the way. That's the way houses seem to be going now. Is this sort of open plan kitchen dining room?
Right, right.
And normally at the back of the house with access to the garden.
Dinner on my lap.
Yeah.
Well, I have a table. Christmas time, I would use the table.
I have a table in the kitchen, so that's where we eat.
Oh, usually. I have a table too, but it's just, everybody's different, you know.
Depends what we're eating. If we're eating takeaway, we might take it into the sunroom. But normally, if I'm cooking it, I just cook it and set it on the table. It's handy.
Right now, just a wee taste of make crystalline wax.
Douglas thought, especially when you're contrasting dark and light grain patterns, it might cause an interesting effect if you have some highly figured wood.
Yeah.
So you could. I'm waiting for this to dry. That wax. You could also fill those holes with resin, if you so wish.
Oh, you could indeed.
Before you go through this side, fill it with resin.
I think Pete should try that.
And or any ores, you could put mullicut in it.
I just had a terrible thought, Paul. I'm going to try something with it.
Uh-oh.
I think I will look at the next one. Just epoxy in it.
I'm currently drawing in my inspiration book. Oh God, this may end badly.
Did I rope you in?
Yeah, I think you just did. Yeah. There may be resin ahead.
Just watch your fingers, guys, when you're doing that, because you have a lot of holes there. So your finger will go in them, but you could take the tops of your fingers off. You know,
it could bite. It could bite you.
Okay, so that's that. Get it turned around, and we'll get there. I'm just going to see what my measurement here is from the end. 55 mil to the inside of the bowl underneath. So that's important. You want to make your bowl top around the same. Okay, where's the drill? Where'd that go? The big fell out of my drill and the shavings. I had to find it there because I think I threw my calipers out with the shavings last week.
I can't believe you done that, Paul. I just can't believe it.
See, I have my stuff just here, hang on the magnet.
It was mad as a hatter.
And I think it fell down and didn't make a noise because of all the shavings down there. And it's been buried. And
that's what you get for laying shavings on the floor. No excuse.
Well, no, when you were working, I never leave shavings. I know, I never always lifting.
Tusk.
Right, 55 mil.
There's never enough shaves in my floor to hide a pair of dividers.
It's not on mine right now. Give me a couple days. I'm going to start doing Christmas trees here in a little bit.
Oh, no, don't mention the C word.
Yeah, I know.
Right, so the outside of depth of my bowl is just there. So I want to come back right there.
That's the wall thickness.
Yep. It leave me a decent wall thickness. And so I'm going to take a wee. Let's see. What way did I do that? Oh yes, I put a wee bead on that. So
a wee bead.
I take a wee. We cut or two off this. Bring it down a bit. Be sharpen that. Bear with me.
With the thought on resin, Jennifer has asked, wouldn't the resin push through easily if the holes are drilled at a 90-degree angle? And Jennifer, I would think the resin would bond to the wood.
It will.
Yeah, unless you've got some kind of release agent in there.
No, well, the resin will bond into the wood. Well, it depends on the wood. You want to use a open grain wood, it'll be better.
Sorry. Right. I just want to make a wee mark with my parting tool. Just to.
I'm just having to play with it in my head at the minute, how to try and do this. I'm thinking about maybe having to.
So that's my reference point. So
multiple pours of resin.
Oh, into this design, Brian?
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing multiple colors, yeah.
Yep. Multiple colors and maybe possibly multiple directions too.
I'm sort of putting the bevel towards the center on this.
Bevel towards the center.
Not too much, because you could end up going through the.
you
Remember, you drill it all the way.
You don't want to get too thin here, yeah.
You can see where you are. Okay, so I don't want to go any deeper than that. So I just need to tidy this wee bit up here.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Beckett has just come in. Hello, Mark.
Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Taking a break from turning something.
I'll just have a wee look at that and see what that's like. Yeah, I'll just tidy that all up now. Bring it all into one. We better take off the outside here. A wee bit.
Excuse me.
Teaching today, he says.
Very good. Teaching day.
Okay. before I go any further, I'm just going to do the same on the outside. Put a wee line on it. Just separate that. And I'm well away from the sides, holes.
Roy's got to leave. Bye, Roy.
All the best, Roy.
Bye, Roy. Talk to you later, mate. He's got somebody coming to pick up a stationary engine today that he's sold.
Yeah, yeah.
Probably what's happening. You know, right? He's always wheeling and dealing or something.
Just put that one in there.
Right.
And just checking the holes are not too close to the where I want to put my line. I'm going to come in a wee bit.
Jennifer's going to have a try. She's going to send Mark out to the workshop to drill some holes. Good for you, Jennifer. Go for it.
I'll do a wee bit of sanding on that.
Good practice, Mark. Good practice.
I wouldn't be too worried. I'm sure he's had worse.
Is that rim starting to develop a little bit of flex?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially with the holes in it.
Right. Right.
So you just want to be too careful. You don't go too thin on it. So if you weren't happy to cut it, you could sand it off with 80 grit to bring it down to more or less your level, you know. If you're worrying about picking too heavy of a cut, or maybe the tool catching.
Pete.
What's he saying now?
Please tell me, he's talking to Mark, said, please tell me you managed to say, bless you, Father, for you have skewed.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's too funny.
Pete wouldn't be wanting to get you into trouble or anything, would he?
Oh, I have a feeling the priest would think that was funny as well.
I would think so.
Turn that off a minute. So I'm going to put 2 burnt lines in that just to highlight it a wee bit. A wee bit of Formica. And speed up a wee bit.
Turning a collection plate. That's appropriate.
Yeah, it is indeed. Appropriate, yeah. Somebody has to keep the cardinals and the riches they wallow in.
Just
never fail to be astounded by the wealth of the churches.
Oh my! Some of them, yes, you're exactly right.
It's unbelievably gross when they're supposed to be, I don't know, protecting the innocent.
It's horrible.
It just seems to go counter to what
Well,
they teach sometimes. Um, I it's hard for me to point fingers being a pastor myself, but
I know.
it's at the same time, you're right. It's astounding. Some of the things you learn.
I think it's obscene. I actually think it's obscene that there's that much wealth in religion.
Yeah, yeah. That
And
that
it's
kind of
poor
goes.
people, and it's poor people who are giving them the money.
Yeah, yeah.
Just go figure, guys. I don't get it.
Yes, you're right.
Why?
When you
Why
get that
does?
hierarchy, it's
Mhm.
that
There you
seems
go.
to be the trend when there's a heavy hierarchy like that.
Okay. Just wondering if I was getting the wee jittery bits. It's where the holes screws
Screw
were.
holes. Screw
Yeah.
holes. Yeah. What size of screws did you use, Paul?
Professor Rob is in. Hello, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Rob.
Welcome, lovely.
They're number 5s by 30 mil.
5 by 30s, okay.
Yeah. Right. I managed to get that. Okay.
Just a good point. You got to make sure that you have enough depth that you can get rid of your screw. Rob says, "Sorry, I'm late. How did Paul get the holes drilled?" And Pete answered, "You used the pillar drill." That's
Yep.
exactly correct. Before we started turning, Paul had the complete blanket, drilled these holes in it with the Fostner bit down to about 10, 15 mil depth, various sizes.
Just going
In
to
a
change
random.
bolt gauges here. I bet you I can't find the Allen key for this now.
How's the weather with everybody today?
Well, it's dry here.
We've got a bit sunny and a bit blustery out wind-wise, but it's warm today. It's about 17 degrees, which is strange.
We have been a little cooler here in Kentucky. It's been quite nice, in fact. But this morning, it's the sun is coming up over the horizon. I see the sunlight through the trees out there, and
Cool.
it is kind of nice. I look out the window of my shop door, and I can see trees. I know there are people who see nothing.
See another house probably.
Or a house, yeah, a building of some sort. Some of those guys, like in Texas, Arizona, they just don't see anything.
Yeah.
Feel very fortunate. We have plenty of trees around here.
Well, Ireland's the same. I look out the window there and we've got trees, and beautiful fields, lots of hedgerows.
Yeah, yeah. Pete is asking, is this going to have a lid on it?
Yes, but I'll not be doing that today.
Okay.
He says in that case we could have a mortise in that cannon.
Do we have anybody taking tonight's slot? Seeing you're not doing it, Brian.
I don't think so, mate.
I could do the lid tonight with the finial.
Well, there you go. That'll do.
So
That'll
it'll be a
work nice.
two-parter.
You're
Seeing you're not on.
if you're available to do it tonight, Paul, you work away, buddy.
Yep. I'll put the link up after we finish this.
Excellent. What time are you intending to go out?
About 7:15.
That'll do. 7:15. I'll manage the earworm because I'll have the heating on and I'll just sit in the house and
There you go.
sip on a lemsip and maybe have a hot toddy after it's finished and go to bed.
Well, I'm just using the wee round nose scraper to finish the bottom off here. Completely undercutting where the lid's going to sit. Not too much because I just want to check the depth of that recess. I could probably take that down a wee bit more.
Fred says it's nice and sunny here in North Links.
Yeah.
But we now have heavy cloud. Oh. Well, I think you were getting the clouds we had yesterday, probably.
Could be.
But we had some rain over the weekend. It was horrendous.
Yeah, it was bad.
Malcolm has asked what time. He said 7:30, Malcolm. 7:30 British time.
7:15. 7:15.
Oh, 15, excuse me.
Yeah, 7:15.
Excuse me. Which is 2:15 for me, Eastern time. Be one or
I'm just sitting here thinking, if I had a bucket list, Doug.
Yeah.
If I had a bucket list, which I don't, Kentucky would be one place I'd want to go and see.
Yeah, well, yes, you would love parts of it. There are parts that wouldn't mean a thing to you, but from where I am south to about even all the way to the Tennessee line, the landscape is beautiful, but the horses kind of end just shy of Lexington. But from Lexington then west, there's one road I could take you down that you would just be amazed. It's horse farm after horse farm.
Oh.
It's just gorgeous.
Just
but all of the bluegrass area has lots of horses and lots of farms. You don't always see them out, of course, or they may be on a different part of the farm. But the landscape is just, those pastures are beautiful.
Yep. Yeah, I have the vision of the post and rail fencing and the green grass. And
yeah, yep. You would enjoy the Kentucky Horse Park.
Yeah.
It's a state-owned piece of property. They have built the barns and the fences and all of that, and they have tons. Well, not tons. They have a large number of different species of horses, all kinds of them.
Chris Dodge just said, there are some things from Kentucky. Right, I like that. Just saying.
Yep.
I like just saying.
Yep.
I think he may be referring to fried chicken there, I think.
Oh, I think he's talking about a brown liquid in a glass bottle.
Oh, it might be,
yeah. I call it coffee. What do you call it, Chris?
That's yours coffee.
No.
Pete says it's been warm and dry, sunny all weekend here, Brian. Just saying. Shut up.
Yeah. It was beautiful here this weekend.
Fred
I
says
saw your. Go ahead.
You see my video, did you? And Fred says they're expecting high winds this week, 80 mile an hour gusts possibly. Yeah, down the south of England's going to get that apparently. I hope we don't get it. I hope nobody gets it, to be honest. It's just liable to harm.
You think all that rain was from the hurricane that hit us a couple of weeks ago, maybe?
It was indeed, yeah. Hurricane
Okay.
Lee or something it was called, was it?
I don't know how it was a strange name. I've never seen it or heard it,
Right,
and everybody said it different. So I don't know how you're supposed to say it.
right. Well, there was two hurricanes. One went up over Canada, and it came to us first, and then the big one that I think you guys got, and it came straight across the Atlantic on the jet stream,
Right. Right.
came into us yesterday. Now we didn't get any huge winds. I mean, I think the largest gust of wind they had down there was about 45 miles an hour, but it was a constant wind around 20 to 40 miles an hour,
Wow.
and the rain was coming sideways.
Couple of
Sure.
marks
Sideways.
there from the screws still there. I thought them were all
Is
away,
there?
but
Oh, there is a wee bit, yeah.
just see there.
Yeah, did see it there,
Just
yeah.
take another wee bit off it.
Chris
I
How's
thought
said
it
that
was
now?
something
just
to
in the
wash down
wood.
the chicken. That's good, Chris. Yes. Are there any old style plantations and houses? There are some big houses of that sort that I know of, Douglas, but not very many. What you're thinking
Still
of
nothing there.
is more down south.
Aye.
If you want to see a lot of the plantations and the big plantation houses, Mississippi and Georgia, um, and Alabama, all three of those states still have a good number of those. Most of the plantations have been broken up though, so you
Yeah.
don't see a lot of them. There are a few. You'll drive through, especially through Mississippi, large cotton plantations.
No, got them. Got them.
It's all
Um,
mechanized now, of course, isn't it? We don't have so much people picking the cotton nowadays.
right, that's all done by machine now.
Yeah.
Run a tractor through the field, and the machine actually pulls the cotton and gets the seed out of it all at the same time.
Rob says, "How's the web feet, Brian?" I think the web feet. I had my wellies on, thankfully, but I did get rather wet, even with the full wetsuit on.
Mm,
Well, not wetsuit, but the wet weather clothing.
yeah. And when
And
when the rain is going sideways, it's hard to stay dry.
mm-hmm,
I keep going to that 80-mile-an-hour gust. That's
mm-hmm.
ugly.
It's
That's
quite fast.
ugly.
Yeah. Well, my house has had the strongest wind we've had at my house
Still,
and up at the yard is 92 miles an hour.
92. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
still didn't get that. There's
You not?
I'm still a wee bit.
Have you got enough room?
Oh, plenty of room.
Okay. Yeah, you're right, Douglas. It wouldn't be this green if it wasn't for the rain. You're 100%
Mm,
right. But
mm-hmm.
it could easily just rain at night. Oh, it doesn't have to rain every day. It could rain at
we
night. That would be fine.
we
Got it
had a
that time.
we had a spell of that back in the spring. It rained every single day, but it was at night,
Oh,
and
that's
that
perfect.
was it was tremendous. Yeah,
Mm.
the grass was beautiful and green. Everything was coming out so nice, but yet we didn't have to deal with it with the rain during the day. It was fantastic.
Chris Todd says, yeah, something to wash down the chicken. Yeah,
Got to
and
wash the chicken down.
indeed, Chris.
Yeah, and most of us here would use something that most people in the world would not even think about. We'd use
Mm.
sweet tea.
Sweet tea. Okay.
Yeah, iced tea that's been sweetened. Um,
Right.
some people, it's really thick. It's super sweet.
Okay. So
Um,
what are they thickening it with? What are they sweetening it with?
sugar,
Just sugar. Oh, nice.
straight up sugar.
Wow.
Uh, do it while the water, you get your tea made, and while it's still hot, you pour the sugar to it.
Mm-hmm.
And some people put 3 times too much. Um, I've gotten where I don't like it at all.
No,
I
it's
I
too
get my
too sweet.
order my iced tea. If I drink iced tea, it'll be unsweetened.
Yeah.
And they look at me like, huh?
I like iced tea as well, I have to say.
Oh yeah,
I
when
drink
it's
I
nice
drink
and
cold
hot.
tea. I drink cold tea all the time. I make the tea and then let it go cold.
Yeah, yeah. Unlike coffee, I can't drink cold coffee.
I don't drink coffee. I used to drink coffee, but I stopped drinking it. No.
Okay.
Michelle's the coffee person in our house.
Okay. I didn't start until I was in college. And then my wife didn't start drinking coffee till, golly, many years after that. She went to highway patrol school and learned to drink coffee during that time.
She's not supposed to be learning how to be a patrol person.
Well, they got up like at 4 o'clock in the morning to go run. They get up, go run, come back, get cleaned up before breakfast. And
Yep.
she was just knowing that she had several hours in the classroom coming up. She needed something to wake her up and get her going. So
Yeah.
coffee it was. Chris says the cold tea he drinks has a head on it.
Hope it's not that 4X stuff.
I bet it is.
It's not very nice.
Yeah. Alex says, aren't they taught to drink coffee and eat donuts? There were no donuts, Alex, that she reported. There was coffee, but only in the morning.
Is that not New York City policemen who do that? Coffee and donuts.
I think you're right.
If the TV is to be believed.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah.
This is looking really nice, Paul, I have to say.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Even just the sanding sealer, it's looking really good.
I'm impressed.
The wee holes will need a wee clean out from any build up of the lacquer and stuff and the wax.
Sure.
Just a light sand.
You can do that with a wee bit of rolled up sandpaper,
Mm-hmm.
So we'll leave it there for now, guys, and I will do the lid and finial tonight.
Good man.
Just leave it on the lid and let that dry, and I can get that ready for later on this evening. So for anybody who was late in, there's the original piece I had done.
I like it.
The wee lid and finial. Oh, look at that, near fits.
Oh, for goodness sake, Paul.
Did you not see that?
Seen it
yeah.
I think you need
only
a darker.
couple millimeters.
Well, you're going to have a darker contrasting wood this time. So.
Yeah, I'm going to have to find something from a...
Maybe just ebonize a piece.
From wood. Let's see. Bring these guys back in. So, guys, where am I? Where's me? There's me now. Guys, thanks very much for coming in and seeing what I was doing today. A nice wee bit of decorative piece. It's not functional. A nice wee decorative piece. Something different. A lot of holes drilled in it. Randomly. It's a piece of cherry. It's 8 inches wide, and it did start off at 2 inches thick. So tonight I will finish the lid and the finial for it. So I look forward to seeing you all then.
Excellent.
If you're free.
Look forward to being there.
I will be free.
Okay. So
I'm free.
I'll say cheerio for now, and we'll see you at 7:15 tonight. Guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.